Welcome, we're on Unit 4 of Real Shanghai Mathematics Practice Book 3.1. This is the first book of Year 3, and each year has 2 books. So the second book will be 3.2. This consists of 6 units, and this is the 4th unit we're doing now. So this particular unit is split into 6 parts, the first of which is called dividing a multiple of 10 or a multiple of 100. Okay, and so we can do the following. Calculate 720 divided by 9. So that's the same as 72 divided by 9, which is 8. And then you got 0 there, so it's 80. Okay, so the zeros carry on because they are part of it. So 720 divided by 9 is the same as 72 divided by 9, which is 8. And then the 0 carries on 80 because we didn't divide the times by 10 by anything. You just divide the whole thing by 9. 700 divided by 7 again should be straightforward. 7 divided by 7 is at 1, and then you got 100 with 2 zeros still left there. 56 divided. Okay, let's just do. We're not going to do all of them. Do 400 divided by 8. So 40 divided by 8 is 5, and then you got a 0 there, which carries on the way down, so it's 50. Question 2. Read each question carefully and work out the answers. The book has 270 pages. I have read 90 pages. How many pages does the boy have left to read? So it's 270 take away 90. He needs to read the rest of the pages in 3 days. So the rest of the pages, whatever that is, if you divide that by 3, that should give you how much you need to read each day. Ravi set 120 mental calculations to do in 3 weeks. How many calculations must Ravi do each week? So if he has 120 to do in 3 weeks, 120 divided by 3. So just getting you familiar with dividing by numbers, and when there's a multiple of 10, the 120 is a multiple of 10, okay, because it ends in 0. So 120 divided by 3 is 12 divided by 3, which is 4, and then the 0 comes down as well, so it's 40. B, look at the diagram carefully, write numbers. What numbers could you write in the brackets? So I think this is the way of trying to show you division, I believe so. But I'm not sure how they've done it in terms of the division that they've done. Okay, so obviously 400 divided by 2 is 200. So moving on to the next part. Again, as I said, level B's are not that important. And in this particular case, it's probably referring to the style they've shown in the textbook. And we don't have the textbook. And as I said before, level B's are not that important. It's more about practices and carrying on. And so we have the number 2. And number 2 is called dividing a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. So that's this one here. So calculate the following: 84 divided by 7. And the way to do that is by splitting the 84 into 70 and 14, because 70 plus 14 makes 84, and 70 divided by 7 is 10, and 14 divided by 7 is 2, so it's 10 plus 2, that's 12. So 84 divided by 7 is 12. Okay, and so we'll do one more at the bottom one. 79 divided by 5. So the way to do that would be 50 divided by 5. I mean, some of these are a little bit more trickier, but we'll cover that. So this is a bit trickier. So 50 divided by 5, which is 10, and then what's left is 29. So 29 divided by 5 is going to be 5, because that's 25, remainder 4. So the answer will be 15, remainder 4. Okay, 15, remainder 4. So that's how to do it, because they're doing remainders here, because 79 will not be in the 5 times table. Anything in the 5 times table has a 5 or a 0 at the end. Question 2, read each question carefully and work out the answers. The restaurant has 73 kilograms of potatoes, 6 kilograms of tomatoes. The mass of potatoes, how many times the mass of the tomatoes? So how many times mass of tomatoes? So it's going to be 73 divided by 6. Okay, so 73 divided by 6. How many times? And are they doing remainders here? It looks like they are doing remainders, so you probably have to write remainder here. Mass of potatoes, mass of tomatoes. Okay, yeah, so it looks like they're doing remainders. Fine. Emma plans to finish 96 calculations in 8 days. How many calculations does she do each day? So 96 divided by 8. So this one, there is no remainder. So why is the other one got a remainder? 60, 72. Yeah, so I'm not sure if there's a mistake there in the typing, or you might just want to change the 73 to 72 and work it out like that. Okay, and we want to see, as I say, we're not going to do every single one of these. Level B, which fruit is cheaper? So the price of 6 kilograms of raisins is £12. The price of 4 kilograms of strawberries is £14. So the way to do this is to work out how much 1 kilogram of each cost, and then you can compare the two. So raisins will cost 12 divided by 6. Okay, so that will be £2 per kilogram, and the strawberries will be 14 divided by 4, and that's going to be 3 and a remainder. Okay, so clearly the strawberries are more expensive and the raisins are cheaper. And then moving on to page 47, we're still on the second part. Let's just pick one of them. Column method, 47 divided by 6. So I'm not sure what they're referring to the column method, but the best way to do it is the bus stop method, which they've shown below. So the way to do this is as follows. So let's pick this up. So 47 divided by 6. So with this one, we can do this. I think it's called a bus stop method. So the number is 47. That's the number that needs to be divided. And what we're going to divide it by is 6. So how many 6's going to 4? None, okay? How many 6's going to 4? None, meaning 4 divided by 6. And again, because 4 is more than 6, is none there. So we could put 0 there, or we don't have to put 0 there, because 0 at the beginning of any number, we don't say. So that leaves 40s. That leaves 47. Okay, so I mean yeah, so that's how we do bust up method, although for this one we didn't need to do bust up method because this is in the 6 times table. So we should know that the 6 times what number? So we know 6 times 6 is 36, 6 times 7 is 42, so this would be 7, and the remainder would be 42, so the remainder is 5. Okay, remainder 5. Fine. Question 2, okay, so 2 is showing you the bust up method and how to do that. The different ways to do it, clearly the different ways to do it, they've shown you a particular way to do it. The way I like to do it is as follows. Okay, so which one shall we do? We'll do 95 divided by 4. So the way I like to write it out is as follows. So shall we get rid of that? Again, bust up, so, and we're doing 95 divided by 4. So this is more than 10. 95 divided by 4. So how many 4's go into 9? That's 2. That's going to make an 8. And so there's a remainder 1. So I put a 1 here. Because the remainder 1. So now it's how many 4's go into 15? And we know the answer for that is going to be 3. That's 12. And then there's going to be obviously remainder 3. And that's the easiest way to, well, that's the way I prefer to do it, and they've got different ways of doing it there. They have their own ways of doing it. So the way they've got the 8 is by doing 4 times 2, and the 15. They've got the 12 is by doing 4 times 3, is 12, and then the remainder there. So step by step. But as I say, this is the way to do the bust up method. So I prefer to go straight into the best way to do it, because in this way we can use the same method for doing potentially larger numbers if needed as well, without going down and down the column method. I'm moving on to question 4, which is on page 48. Which one shall we do? Let's do 4C. A bag contains 52 sweets. If the sweets are shared equally among 3 people, time is 52 divided by 3. So you need to be able to work that out. And again, you can use the bust up method for that. So shall we do another one just for practice? So 52 divided by 3. So how many 3's go into 5? 1 3 and the remainder of 2. So you put the 2 there. Okay, and then how many 3's go into 22? So that's going to be 7, that's 21, and then remainder 1. Okay, how many sweets will each person get? So this will be, according to this, will be 17 sweets each person will get, and there will be 1 left over. And then we got 4D. There are 89 pictures. There are 89 pictures in the Expo Muscat. Divide equally into among 3 groups. So we need to do 89 divided by 3. The other one is 89 divided by 4, and so on and so forth. And the remainders are going to be the pictures left. And then B is, you can write some maths questions about that, i.e. 42 insects in 3 days. You can be how many insects did Jeremy eat in 1 day? And the other one is 91 insects in a week. So how many in 1 day as well? So that would be 91 divided by 7. And the other one, if it's 1 day, do 42 divided by 3. And moving on to page 50. Again, things that we've done already. The quotient is a 1-digit number in. So quotient just means the answer. For which one is a 1-digit number and which one is it 2-digit number. Okay. So example 56 divided by 6 is going to be less than 10. So that'll be 1-digit number. And column method again. So we've done this already in terms of bus stop methods for division. 91 divided by 3. Again, just go back to the correct examples that I've done before to show you how to do it if you're getting stuck with that. And if more practice is required, then let me know and then go through in more details. Question 4. 3 groups of people in year 3 at Faraday Primary School were collecting used batteries. Average number of batteries collected per each pupil. So average just means the total number divided by the number of people. So for the first one will be 56 divided by 4, second one will be 75 divided by 5, third one will be 39 divided by 3, and you write that which group of people collected the most batteries. So which group of pupils collected the most batteries? So that would be the one with the group of people. Okay, average number collected. So that's the one with the highest average one would be the answer for that. That's what I think they're referring to. Question 4. Question 5 again should be fairly straightforward, I assume. Should we do 5B? 82, 7 and 5 stickers were left over. How many stickers were there? So 82 divided by some number and 5 stickers were left over. How many stickers did each person get? Just do 82 divided by 7. And that would be, as I say, the different way they're doing. You can use the bus stop method, or you can just do the other way that they're showing you, which is going to be 70, which will be 7. Yes. So 70 divided by 7 is 70 divided by 7 is 10, and then we've got another 12 left over. 12 divided by 7 is going to be 1, and then there's 5 left over. So the answer will be 11 left, remain 5. And then B is a bit trickier. Which write a suitable number in each. So write a suitable number in each of the boxes. Divided by 5 gives you 18 remainder 1. So we have to flip this around the other way around to work it out. That'll be 18 times 5. 18 times 5 plus 1 will be the answer there. Okay, and again, if you could do that, great. If not, then don't worry too much about that. What is the greatest number? B, you can write in the circle to make the number sentence correct. So for that to be the largest possible, then that means we need to have the largest possible remainder. So the remainder will have to be 5. So it'll have to be 6 times 6, which is 36, plus 5, which is 41. And the divisor is a 1-digit number, which could be what? So 40 divided by what will give you a remainder of 4. So if it's remainder 4, we know that the answer division has to be greater than 4. So it could be a 5, but then we have to double see if it gives you a remainder. So 5 will not give you a remainder. 6 could give you a remainder. So try 6 and see how you get on with that. And then moving on to the third part, which is called dividing a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number. I believe that's this one. Yeah. So what is the greatest number that can go in the brackets? So greatest number for the first one, 35. So again, you need to be very comfortable with your times table to be able to do this. So it's anyway 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. We're not going to write 7 times 4 because that's not the greatest number. Okay, 7 could be right as well, but because it says the greatest number that can go in there, we've got an 8, and we can't go 9 because 9 times 4 is 36, would be greater than 35, and so on and so forth. And then we got calculations showing you how to do something like 893 divided by 4. We can split that up into 600, 660, and 12. Why? Because all of those add up to 893. And why is 660? Because they're very easy to do by dividing by 6, because we're going to get whole numbers. So because 600 divided by 6 is 100, 60 divided by 6 is 10, and then all the thing we left over is 12, 12 divided by 62, and they add all those together, which would be 112. Okay, so let's shall we do one of them? Okay, let's do 785 divided by 3. So the way to do this would be a little bit more trickier. So I mean, there's different ways of doing it. You could do 300 and then 300 again, or if you're comfortable enough, you could do 600 divided by 3. And then what's left over. Okay, let's see what's left over after that. It's going to be, I mean, there's different ways of doing this. There are different ways of doing it. Let's pick one particular way. I don't think it's the right or wrong way of doing this, but there's different ways of doing it. So the way I would do it, I would split it up into 600 divided by 3. And then after that, another one. Again, you need to be fairly familiar with the times table. I'll do 150. 150 divided by 3. And then we got another 15. Another 15 divided by 3. Okay. So maybe a bit more tricky than the other ones, but this is what we can do. And why we chose these, because these have to add up to 785, which they do. Which they don't, because I've got 15 here, so they should be 35. Okay, so what I should do is put this as 30. Let's put this as 30, and then we have 5 left over. Yeah, so this is the one, a trickier one with the remainder. Fine, divided by 3. Okay, so that we can do it that way because that adds up to 750, 780, 785. So this is going to be 200, right? And this one will be 150 divided by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 55, and then another 0, which is going to be 50, or just 50, 100, and 150, and then this is 10. Okay, 10, and then this is going to be 1, with a remainder of 2. The answer will be 261, remainder 2. Okay, and so that's the way to do it, and that's the way you can do the other ones as well. As I say, this is probably the trickier one of the lot. And moving on to question 3, estimate quotient is a number. So estimate the number, will have then calculate this column method, check the number answer with shows the calculation. So estimations are usually done to make them not too hard for yourself. So 788 you can do. We can do 750 divided by 3, and they can do estimate quotient is a, okay, so it's just an estimate of what the size of the number would be. Okay, so this is going to be 3-digit number. Is that what they want? Yes, 3-digit number. 500 is going to be more than 100. So this 705 is more than 100, so it's going to have to be more than 100 and less than the other ones. It's going to have to be between 10. It's going to be between 100 and 200. So this will be a 3-digit number, and so on and so forth. If you don't understand that, I wouldn't worry quite too much about question 3. It's a strange question because you're not working it out. Question 4 for A. Read each question carefully and work out the answer. Puppy has 522 books. He puts books on 3 shelves, shared equally. How many books are there on each shelf? So 522 divided by 3. So have we not? We have. Okay, we'll do another one of these. 522 divided by 3. Again, this is why I like the bus stop method the way we did it, because then we can just use the same method to go along. 522 and divided by 3. So how many 3's go into 5? So again, with bus stop method, we start with the largest one and then we go that way, whereas everything else we're going the other way around. This is from the largest to that one, so it'll take a little while to get used to it. So it's 1, and there's 2 remainder. So then we look at 3. How many 3's going to 22? It's going to be 7, remainder 1, because 7 to 21, and 21, then 1 more to get 22, and then 3 goes into 12, that'll be 4. So it's going to be 174. Okay, and the same for the other ones as well. Write 3, 7, 8, 9, and box it to give the greatest quotient. So to give you the greatest quotient means to give you the greatest answer. To get the greatest answer, you want to have the largest number in the box and the smallest thing that you're dividing by. So you're going to divide it. So the division bit will be the 3, and the largest number will be 987. And to get the smallest possible one, it's the other way around. So the divisor is going to be 9, and we want the smallest number to be divided by. So if you, okay, again, so if you have small amount of something and you divide it by big number, you get a smallest possible number. So 9 in the first box for that one, and the smallest possible number that you use, that is going to be 378. And then moving on to page 54. Again, some of these have been done before. So question 1, let's do the 7 times. 7 times 3 is 7, 14, 21. So that will be the greatest number possible. Then you can estimate again, which I'm really not keen on. And then you got the bust up methods to do, to show how it be done and how on and so forth. So the only one I want to do from here, just to recap this method again, is the following. Let's go with 2 and go with 409, just so you don't get stuck about 0. What happens to 0? Okay, so how many 2's go into 4? 2. How many 2's go into 0? Is 0, so we write 0 here. Okay, and then how many 2's go into 9? 4. And then the remainder 1 left over, so then you can write 204, remainder 1. Right, and then made to page 55. Which one shall we do? 4b is swallow can eat 780 insects in 2 days. Eats the same number each day. How many will each day? So 780 divided by 2. C, calculate how many books each class, the number of books in each class. So 640 divided by 4, and so on and so forth. So year 5 will be 804 divided by 4. And then level B, Alex thinks of a number that when multiplied by 6 will get a product in the range of 620 to 640. This may be what number? That when multiplied by 6 will give you in that range. Okay, so then we can go to 600, 636. Yes, 636, because 600 will be in 6 times table, and then 636. And question 2, 4, 8 something divided by 4 as a remainder of 1. That could that be? Well, again, bust up method should help you. So 4, 8. So 4, I mean, there's various numbers that could be written there, but one of them I'll tell you is 484 divided by 4 would have gone into it and wouldn't have a remainder. So one of them could be 5, 485 divided by 4. Other possibilities are 489. Again, the remainder would be 1. And then moving on to 56. Estimate the quotient in the number. How many digits will it have? Again, I don't like this question, so if you want to do it, do it. If you don't have to. Use the column method to calculate and then check the answer. So again, we've done the column method. So if you've stuck on that, go back to what I've done before. And then page 57. Shall we do 3C? Alice bought 7 rugby balls. Each ball cost £47, and she had £39 left over. How much did she Alice take? So it'll be 47 times 7. Work that out and then add £39 because you still have that money left over. And then level B, something 20 divided by 4 when it's replaced with that, the quotient must have a 0 in the middle number replaced by that. Okay, so these are the kind of questions in level B I really do not like, and I don't think I would really not bother with that, because even just getting your head around that question, trying to change a math question into a worded question is very difficult. So I wouldn't go about that at all. Think about this. In the following column, calculation number in the tens place may be. Again, I would completely skip level B here. Not much reason to try and do it, and it could probably give you a headache. Not with very little benefit, and it will take a long time to do it. Page 58, people, question 1. Again, estimates. I would probably skip that, or if you want to do it, do it. It doesn't want the answer. It just wants to know how many digits will they be, and the way to do that. If you really clean, so like 519 divided by 7, you have to think yourself, well, is it going to be the answer going to be less than 100? Yes, because it's less than 700, so therefore it's going to be less than 3 digits. It's going to be 2 digits, and so on and so forth. Question 2, number sentences, and to do that, so look at the bar model. Fine. So the shuttlecocks have been divided into, can you see 3 equals parts, so it'll be 2555 divided by 3, and what's the answer for there? And the other one, B, would be 255 times by 3, because the 3 equal parts will be your table tennis, so then do it like that and then work out the answer. And 3B, the Olympic torch relay team covered 612 kilometers in 3 days, so 612 divided by 3, and then level B is the same, much trickier. Let's see if this is worth doing. Think about this number. To make a quotient have a 0 in the middle, something can be written in the, okay, so the answer to, okay, fine, can be written in there. So if it have 0 in the middle, the answer there has to be 0, because how many 3's go into 9? 3. And to have a 0 in the middle at the top, then how many 3's go into a number will have to be, will have to have a 0 there. That will give you 0 at the top, or 1, or even 2, because that'll be 0 in there with the 1 carried over to the 14, or the 2 carried over to the 14. Okay, so it could be 0 or 1 or 2. It can't be 3, because if it was 3 was there and the 1 was there, so if you understood that, then really great. If not, not to worry. Again, question 2, I'm going to sort of skip that. You can try that if you want to. 3, Dylan and Emma are picking apples. Dylan picks 152 apples in 2 hours. Emma picks 36 apples in half an hour. Who is faster? So to work out who is faster, you need to work out how much they pick in the same time period. So I would work out how much they pick in an hour. So 152 divided by 2 will give you how much they pick in an hour. And Emma picks 36 apples in half an hour. So in an hour will be 36 times 2. So they work that out and then compare the two. And whoever picks more in an hour will be the one who's doing it faster. And then question 4, which is applications of division, which is 4. So that is here. And just putting those into application. So where did question? So which one shall we do? Let's do 4D. My sister has bought a box of 114 flowers. She puts them in vases with 5 flowers away. What is the smallest number of vases she needs? The smallest number of vases she needs to put them into vases with five flowers in each vase. So it'll be 114 divided by 5. And if she wants to make sure they all fit in a vase, then one of them will be you need to have an extra vase to put one of the flowers in. Level B, 61, 34 people go boating. Each boat can take 6 people and hire. Each boat, a small boat can take 4 people. How many each boat hire to spend a minimum amount of money? Okay, so 34 pupils go on boating. So the minimum amount, first you need to work out which is better. 4 people, so 4 people, if you're 4 people on each boat, charge 3 people, that's around £3 per boat. And if 6 people, that would have been 18. So you want to have as much in the 6 people as possible, but also sort of balance it up. So I would go with 5 big boats and 1 small boat, and you can sort of play around with the numbers to see if that is the cheapest or not. And then moving on to a 5, which is called unit price, quantity, and total. So that's this one here. Fill in the missing numbers. So if there's 6 quantitative notebooks and 3 ball pens, how many pencil cases? Okay, they're working out. So we need to work out, we need to go along the rows to work these out. So how have they done? Fill in the missing information. 6 quantity and 4 unit prices, 7 total price. Right, so okay, so I'm assuming the quantity for the £15 and the pencil cases, those empty boxes in the board and pencils are zeros, because that's how then you can work out so those that don't need filling in. So that means ball pen would be £5 each, and pencil case would be ball pen would be £5 each, and so with the pencil case, according to this, £5 each, and then we can do 10 times 3. Which would be 30. I got this right. 7, 3, 5. Okay. So then 7 times 5 is 35. 3 times 5 is 15 as well. Yeah, so 10 times 5, so that'll be 50 according to that. If that's right, I'm not sure. Okay. Double check that with the answers. 2C, Dylan wants to buy a tracksuit. The jacket is £60. The trousers are £40. How much would it cost to buy 2 tracksuits? So jacket 60 and trousers are 40, so that one tracksuit would be then £100. Assume, and 2 of those would be 200. I assume. And then moving on to the last one, which is just a practice exercise. So we won't spend too long on this because it should have been covered already. And let's find it here. Okay, so the only one I'll touch on is 29. Take away 92 divided by 4. Again, 92 divided by 4 we have to do first, and then 29. So 92 divided by 4, you can use the bus stop method we've done, or you can do 80 divided by 4, which is 20, and then 12 is left over. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So it is possible to do this in your head, in which case it will be 23, and then 29 take away 23, which is 6, I believe. Double check those. Write the checking process in the column method. Number sentences. I mean, you can just do the bus stop method and write the answer, and there might be remainders in there as well. Number 3, fill in the missing numbers. If the quotient of the number of sentence is 479, a 0 in the middle, 0 in the middle can be written. So we've done this before. So the number in the middle could be a 0, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could even be 3, because all of those will be carried over. The quotient of the number 3 is a 3-digit number. Can be written. So if it's a 3-digit number, it means the answer has to be more than 100. So it can't be 9 there. So any number, because that would have been less than 100. Other than that, it should be fine. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 9. I assume that's already right. Wrong is a 3-digit number. Okay, fine. Question 4. Which one shall we do? Should we do 4b? Let's do 4b. Farmer picks a fruit, pear, apple tree. He picks the peaches, the mass of the pear. He picks half the peaches, so the mass of the pears would be half the peaches. So 348 divided by 2. The mass of the peaches is half of the apple. So then divide that again by 2, gives you the apple, and then you can do pears and apples added together to give you a total. And level B, Dylan goes to buy stationery, but he has spilled something on his list. Can you help him work out, calculate the price of the notebook? Okay, so he bought 1 box of pens, which is £75. Total price is £183. 6 is you don't know, so you can do 183 divided, take away 75. That answer that you get, then divide that by 6, and that should give you the amount for the notebooks. And with that, we'll end here. Please do like and subscribe and share your comments, which will be a great motivation to continue. Thank you.